Hi, I'm Miss Meleesa from Skokie Public Library, and in honor of Skokie Spirit Shines Through, I would love to share this story with you. The title of the story is The Little Red Stroller by Joshua First and illustrated by Katie Wu. The text was copyrighted by Joshua First in 2019, and the illustrations were copyrighted by Katie Wu in 2019. I really think this story embodies Skokie in its sense of community, all the neighbors and the friends helping and sharing with one another, along with its overall kindness. So let's go. The Little Red Stroller. A long time ago, when Luna was just 2 weeks old, her mommy gave her a little red stroller. And for now, it lived in the hallway. But as Luna got bigger, she used it to go to the school and the playground, and on weekends, Luna and her mommy and the little red stroller wandered up and down the avenue, from the bagel place to the flower shop to the pizzeria where Luna liked to get her favorite olive pizza. See that? So do you ever get the chance to wander around your neighborhood? There's so many things to see. And you can always say hello to your neighbor and ask them how they are today. One day, Luna bumped into her downstairs neighbor Ernie and his mommy and daddy. "We wish we had a little red stroller like yours," they told Luna. "I'm too big for my stroller now. Why don't you take it?" Luna said. So they did. And on sunny days, Ernie and his mommy and daddy and the little red stroller roamed around the park, from the Japanese garden to the mini train that went through tunnels to the carousel where Ernie got to ride on the lion. Do you know what a lion says? That's right, a lion says, "Roar!" One day, Ernie and his mommy and daddy had lunch with Gigi. Gigi and her daddy were going to visit Gigi's grandpa. "We wish we had a stroller to take with us," Gigi's daddy said. "We got this little red stroller from Luna, but I'm too big for it now. Why don't you take it?" said Ernie. So they did. See that? They popped it right in the back seat, and off they go. And Gigi and her daddy and the little red stroller meandered all over the cute little town where Gigi's grandpa lived. From the river to the farmer's market. Skokie has a farmer's market. Have you ever been? You can get vegetables and so many other things. It's really delightful. To her grandpa's house where he cooked a yummy meal in a special pot called a pressure cooker. So have you ever seen a pressure cooker? So it's there. So the lid fits on very tightly, and there's a little piece on top that kind of wiggles and jiggles around. So as the pressure builds up in the pot, the steam has to be released, and that's what this little wiggly jiggly piece does. And as the steam comes out, it moves around, it rattles around, and sometimes it makes a little whistle. And so that's how the food cooks inside the pressure pot. One day, long after they got home, Gigi and her daddy met Callie at the playground. Callie and her two mommies were going to a birthday party. "We wish we had a stroller like yours," one of Callie's mommies said. "We got this little red stroller from Ernie, but I'm too big for it now," said Gigi. "Why don't you take it?" So they did. And Callie and her mommies and the little red stroller rolled all the way to the birthday party, where they saw a magic show and ate ice cream cake and dressed up as pirates to go on a treasure hunt. Callie found a doubloon. So a doubloon, can you see what she has there? Is a gold coin. One day, after she'd been to many more birthday parties, Callie and her mommies had dinner with Taj. Taj and his mommy and daddy were going to the countryside to visit a farm. "We wish we had a stroller to take with us," Taj's mommy and daddy said. "We got this little red stroller from Gigi," Callie said, "but I'm too big for it now. Why don't you take it?" So they did. Look at that. They pop right on the bus with their little red stroller. They're ready for their trip. And Taj and his mommy and daddy and the little red stroller rambled all around the farm, from the field where they chased chickens to the barn where they fed alpacas. Look at, there's a red barn right there. To the stand where Taj got to drink some really, really yummy apple cider. See that? There, you can see the whole picture now. That looks fun. One day, Taj and his mommy and daddy met Kavi. Kavi and his mommy and daddy were going to the beach. Like Callie and Gigi and Ernie and Taj and even Luna, who was getting to be a pretty big girl by now, Kavi needed a stroller. And like Callie and Gigi and Ernie and Luna and their mommies and daddies and mommies and mommies and daddy and mommy, Taj and his mommy and daddy gave the little red stroller to Kavi, who clacked along the boardwalk with it before giving it to Sula and her two daddies, who marched in a Halloween parade with it. And can you see everyone there? I see a lion and a scarecrow, a vampire, a witch, kitty cat, a tin man, a fireman, a ballerina, maybe a ladybug. There's a lot of costumes there. And when they were done with the Halloween parade, they gave it to Caroline and her mommy and daddy, who took it camping to the mountains, before they gave it to Maxine and her mommy and daddy, who went all the way to Texas and back with it, before they gave it to Selah and his mommy and daddy. After traveling up and down the avenue and around the park and all over the cute little town by the river, and to about 100 birthday parties, which sounds like a lot of fun, to say nothing of marching in a Halloween parade, and to a farm, and to the beach, and camping in the mountains, and going all the way to Texas and back, the little red stroller was so tattered and tired, it could go no further. One day, when they were out with the little red stroller, Selah and his mommy and daddy sat on the steps of a museum, feeling sad. When Ben and his mommy saw them crying, Ben asked, "What's wrong?" "Our little red stroller is broken," said Selah's mommy and daddy. Ben and his mommy thought about this, and then they had an idea. "We have a little yellow stroller," Ben said. "I'm too big for it now. Why don't you take it?" So they did. There's the little yellow stroller. And since it was summer and there was a free music festival happening in the park, Selah and his mommy and daddy and the little yellow stroller wandered over to eat corn on the cob and cheesy arepas and sing along to songs they knew by heart. Look how much fun everyone is having. Look at that. Do you think that the dog on the stage is singing? Oops. Right there. One day, Selah and his mommy and daddy met Luna, who'd grown up by then and had a baby of her own. His name was Isaiah, and he was just 2 weeks old. When Selah saw that Isaiah didn't have a stroller, he said, "We've got this little yellow stroller from Ben, and I'm too big for it now. Why don't you take it?" And so Luna's baby Isaiah did. That was the little red stroller. I would like to share one last thing with you, and that is a song. So since we've all been home for such a long time, there have been some thunderstorms that happened, and afterwards I've noticed that people have posted online pictures of the rainbows that they saw after the storms passed. And also people have put pictures of rainbows up in their windows so that when we walk through the neighborhoods, we've had different things to look at in the windows. So I would like to sing I Can Sing a Rainbow. And I made a rainbow. It's not perfect, but then you can see the colors that we'll sing about. So we've got red and yellow and pink and green, purple, orange, and blue. The song is I Can Sing a Rainbow. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow. You can sing one too. Listen with your eyes, and sing everything you see. You can sing a rainbow, sing along with me. You ready? Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. You can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. Take care. I'm sending you a great big virtual hug. Goodbye.